Everyone, and welcome to Chucker TV. I'm James Fody here at the Grand Champions Polo Club for the limited edition 12 goal. We've got a great game for you this afternoon. It's Casablanca taking on La Portola. So let's get right down to it and take a look at the rosters. For Casablanca, we have Miguelito Novillo Estrada, Grant Ganzi Double G at 3 goals, Torito Ruiz at 7 goals, and Dylan Bacon at 2 goals. For La Portola, we have Mark Yerdal, Ciro Desenzani at 2 goals, Carlitos Gracida at 4 goals, and Michel Dorniak at 6 goals. It looks like the players are getting ready. They're getting lined up for the bowl-in, so let's throw it to Steve Lane and Dale Schwetz for the play-by-play.
Thank you, James, and the 2021 limited edition 12 goal. Steve Lane, this is going to be a good one. We had a great one this morning. This is gonna tell us right where we need to be for tomorrow.
Yes, this is the second game of our doubleheader today, and you know what? This game means something to two teams who are not even on the field. So, Dundas with a 2-1 record, Dundas 2 with a 2-1 record, and should La Portola be victorious in this game against Casablanca, they will have a 2-1 record, which will go to a shootout. So both teams, and Casablanca, of course, they're 0-2. That would, if they won today, they'd be 1-2, and so this game not mattering too much to Casablanca, but it does matter for the other three teams in the tournament.
What would you say there, Steve Lane?
Well,
you know, this is when a team wants to come out. They haven't won one. You know, I mean, they've been on the backside of a lot of games. You know, and there's some incredible athletes out there. So I know that they're just saying, look, we got no pressure on us today. Let's go for broke. And that's when a team comes out and plays just way above their handicap.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't mean much for the tournament, but you know what? As far as wanting to go off with a win today and have a nice dinner tonight, then yeah, it does mean something.
Bragging rights.
Bragging rights, exactly.
And with 4 teams, and this has been fun with the 2021 limited edition 12 goal. 4 teams, you really get to know the teams, and they've been very close games as we've talked about over the last month. Great game this morning. If you missed our game this morning, we urge you, go back to Chucker TV. You need to check it out. Dundas 1, Dundas 2. Fabulous game, Steve. The umpires, we got to talk to the umpires afterwards, and what were your thoughts about this morning?
Oh, I tell you what, it didn't look like 12-goal polo. It looked like a higher handicap level than that. And you know what? All 8 players on the field involved, all 8 players scoring from the field as well, and just long shots, long passes. And you know what? We're underway.
On the move here is going to be the first chucker out of the action, Milo Dorniak. And this kid, we watched him play since he was just a little dude here at the Grand Champions Polo Club, playing with his father today. And they love to play together. To the inside, though, Dylan Bacon. Dylan was out here an hour before. Steve Lane and I were watching him pick it up. And a nice little play here to Grant Ganzi. Grant takes it down the line here, still has control. Looking for Dylan. Bounces off the ball podium. Cressida. Dylan Bacon. Nice pickup on the near side. Trying to go forward here. I like the non-call. Too much distance there as Milo will take it out into the far corner. Nice hustle play by Bacon. He is a hustler wearing the number 2. Ganzi's going to jump on the right of way there. Mallet's in the air. No whistle on the play as they turn it back inside. Torito Ruiz with his first touch of the day. Toro in the orange helmet. Trying to get through the hook of Milo Dorniak. Takes it back out to the 30. And crushes one under the neck. I like the way that Torito used the field coming backwards, Steve, and then sending it back for the goal.
That's exactly right. A deep neck shot, taking his time over there, digging the ball out amongst a scrum of players and putting it on between the goalposts. First one to draw blood here early in this first chucker of play. 1 minute and 15 seconds or less than that before the first goal of the game.
On the far side, lining up here for our second bowl-in of the day. And this ball is going to come out quickly. And this is some of the stuff we saw this morning. This 12 goal, they've been busting out of the bowl-in. Milo Dorniak's going to fire one from about 68 yards in the low flag.
Yeah, La Portola winning that bowl-in, and Milo having a chance. Shoots from far out, but just a little bit wide to the right. So each team shooting on goal here, but Casablanca successful and La Portola knocking on the door.
Possession play for Casablanca. Toro. Torito, he's another one. We watch him go from 4 to 7 goals very quickly. I love watching the kid play. Look at this little pickup here. Oh, and just bad luck there.
Yeah, Dylan reaching out there with two players coming down the line, so I think we'll have a spot hit, maybe even a penalty 4, depending on where that 60 is. A little tough for us to tell, but it looks like the umpires are going to drop the ball for a penalty 5A from the spot, and we have seen Michelle Dorniak reach that goal from distances like this.
Yeah, this is nothing for Dorniak. He's got a little bit of a breeze. He wants to check out the international flags. We have all our World Polo flags up now. I love it. Oh, thinking about the World Polo flags.
Hey, I tell you what, I was here the other day, and I counted 33 flags to the center of this field, and then we had two other people count flags, and one came up with 108 and one came up with 109.
Okay.
So being the third man to that, I saw one flagpole that was a little bit shorter than the other, so I've got 108 and a half.
All right, there you go. All right, here we go. It's going to be Dorniak, penalty 5 from the spot. 5A down the center. That one's going to go a little bit of a worm burner. Actually into the side, cleared out by Toro. He's going to bounce off a pony down inside here. Melee play on the inside. Gracita tries to get a piece of it. Round and round they go. Now Carlos. He's going to hammer one back inside. That ball's going to roll in front of goal. And look at this. Carlos Gracita catching everybody flat-footed.
He certainly did, and boy, he threaded it through the needle, through the pack, missing all those ponies' legs. No deflection, straight on through the goal at a tough angle, and we've got 3 1s on the board.
That is a perfect example of how his father and his uncle play the game right there. Don't mess around with the ball. You're on the outside right there. Put it in the middle. Put the pressure on the defense. Make sure you hit it hard enough so it either goes through the goal or off the field. Great play by Gracita. 4:36 on the play here, and another quick scoring game. We love those. Toro, he'll slow it down, a little pump fake. Now look at this. Torito snapping one into the corner. Miss it to the right side, but well read here by Grant Ganzi. Ganzi's going to go into the corner. Look at him. He's not going to mess with it either. It does bounce off the pony, though. Bad luck for Casa and controlled by Gracita. Carlitos back to the center looking for Dorniak. Could be a problem. No, picked up here as it's going to be Mark. Yurdall, he'll take it down the right side. Nice little play by Mark. Picks it up there, tries to pull it forward. Now they come around. Torito, Gracita. And do they save it? Oh, on the doorstep. No high flag there, so Gracita takes one off the doorstep, and they're running and gunning. Now it's going to be Toro. Picks up the ball in between two players. Now fires one back at goal, not wasting any time. That ball's going to lay just inside the 30. They come together once again. Picked up by Dorniak, and a nice pickup on the near side. Off to the corner they go, backed up by Miguelito. Navisa Estrada, Mickey. Loose ball play. Toro with another neck shot. And off the post, the master shot once again. We saw 5 of those this morning go off the post, but online and taken out again by the Dorniak brother, the Dorniak family, actually, father and son. Picked up there. Milo hits it to his father. And look at this, the give and go back. Dorniak to Dorniak, looking for Margill, taking around the corner. Dylan Bacon running the turn. Oh, Dylan Bacon, well done, buddy. On the near side, on the offside, loves to play the run and gun game. Slows it down now. And he's got Toro in the rumble seat. Milo's going to come in there and make a nice defensive play, but Dylan still has control. They'll clear out. Dylan takes it to the inside and then moves it down the center of the field. Off to the right side, though. Everybody covered up for Casablanca. They have been running for a good 3.5 minutes. That's clean polo. On the stoppage here. And look at that, Dorniak to Dorniak. We're going to see a lot of that today. But look at Toro coming in hard. Coming in hot. Turns to the inside. Whoa, gets a slip. Oh, Dylan coming in hot, but cleans out perfectly. And out to be Toro. Puts Milo on his hip. Torito Ruiz for the shot on goal. And the low flag. And I believe you're going to see a courtesy change here. At least I hope for one, because that was great polo.
Boy, both teams coming out firing on all cylinders. Great teamwork. Shots on goal. Defense, bumping, riding. Long hits. Pinpoint passes. We've got it all right here, and we're not even through the first chucker yet.
Very similar to this morning's game, and it just goes ahead and stands true on what Steve and I were talking about, how even these teams have been, even though there have been, of course, you got to have someone win a game, but the records do not specify how different these teams are. They are so well balanced. And now we're going to be a little time here, because it did come out down on the far west side of the field. Now we're on field 5 at the Grand Champions Polo Club, and this field runs east and west. So you will get a bit of a sun in the afternoon here. We do apologize for that. Here on Chucker TV, as it does set in the west. The Casablanca team is set up in the west end zone, and the La Portola team is set up in the east.
Yeah, La Portola having to run down a little bit to change ponies during this courtesy horse change, so that play happened down by the Casablanca tent. Casablanca in blue, La Portola in purple, both 12-goal teams, and this is the 6th and final game of play during the limited edition 12-goal series. Now, the finals are set for 12 o'clock this coming Sunday, Valentine's Day, and wouldn't it be sweet to see Dundas and Dundas too, unless La Portola upsets the apple cart and comes in, so we would have a shootout tomorrow. So still 3 teams have a possibility of going to the finals.
Well, Mark and Michelle were at our early game today, Steve, and they were watching. They want to see what happened there with the Dundas 1, Dundas 2, to see where they stood in the lineup. So we know they're ready to rock and roll, and I know Casablanca would love to spoil the day. They are down in the tent down there. I know Grant Gansey, he's ready to rock and roll. Dylan, Toro, and, you know, it's been fun watching Mickey, Novija Estrada. I've not seen him play, but for this year, on an A-rated 0-goal player, son of Miguel Estrada, and coming from the Estrada family. So he's a very strong little player, too. Great little rider. Emulates his father very well. All right, on the far side, knocking coming La Portola. And it's going to be Dorniak, and he's going to find Dorniak. Michelle to Milo. Milo, another very schooled, up-and-coming player. 2 goals, and has all the talent to take it. Father, former 8-goal player, I believe, Michelle, right? 7, 8 goals?
Yes, that's correct.
Yeah, and his highest, riding 6 right now. And on the far side with 1:45 on the clock, turn around again. But Casablanca here. Casa's been shooting at the goal a bit more. Look at this. Mickey, well done. Oh, staying on the right side there. But he'll have to give way, and Dorniak will control. Oh! So that one goes off the backside of Mickey Novija Estrada. Michelle checks him out. Great sportsmanship there. Mickey says, I'm okay, and I'll keep this ball under play. No need to stop. And, number 4. Oh, and Dylan's going to come from right to left.
Yeah, just got his horse's head over into that swing a little bit. So an illegal riding into the shot. Of course, riding into the shot or the swing coming from the side is legal. But when you are not even, then you don't have a legal ride-off. And, of course, you know what? I'll tell you, the II program used to have a nice kind of rule of thumb, kind of like don't let the flag touch the ground. But if your saddles were overlapped, then you probably made a good, legitimate legal write-off, and in this case,
this player, let's see if we can talk about it. I mean, I think they're going to throw it in, and I know why exactly the way you explained it. Because you got to be kind of even, but it is the right way to do it, though. Right? He didn't come from the side, he didn't come from behind.
Right. I just don't think they were even enough, so I actually thought it was a good call.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. I see what you say, but they're going to go and bowl this one in, and we go back and forth on it. I agree exactly what you said, Steve. Great explanation for it. We just don't see it happen that much. A guy comes from the side because everyone always rides it from behind.
Yeah, you're right.
Well, they're going to bowl it in. So the umpires decided after talking about it, I guess they thought Dylan was even enough, as Steve did explain it. So you'll understand that on Chucker TV. No one wants to get hit with the mouth, so no one really does that play, Right. I don't understand why they even have that play in the rules. They added that where you can ride from the side, Steve.
Yeah.
But he does kind of danger the player, from riding underneath.
It does, but it makes the player with the ball try and release it a little bit quicker before the opponent comes in there.
All right.
And, of course, if that player's there and that player swings, the player who swung would be the one charged with the foul.
As long as he's there and he's overlapped correctly.
Yes.
Well, there you go. Polo 103 by Steve Lane. All right, on the board, there's our horn. 26 seconds left. We got ones on the board. Back shot there by Gracita. It's been an open first Chucker. Very, very strong Chucker. Good big defense. Hey, everybody going strong on the ride-off, especially this guy, Torito. Trying to get it back inside. Milo says, nope, I got you. Mickey says, come on, I got the ball. Now, Estrada coming out on a little gray pony. We're ticking down here. About 3 seconds left. Mickey's going to shoot at goal and try to get it. Oh, and there's the horn. And I'm not sure if that one's still on the field or not, but we'll check with our mound officials. And we'll send everybody off for some fresh legs here. 1-1 after 2. This is the 2021 limited edition 12-goal Chucker TV.
I'm Sarah Siegel Magnus, and I'm from Denver, Colorado. Well, I love Melissa Gansey, and I think she's so supportive of polo, and I just appreciate, everything she does is top notch. So I know the fields are going to be good, and the game is going to be fun. Well, right now I'm a little light on my string because this is my first Florida season. I'm usually in Mexico playing in Costa Correas. But I do have a great string, and a few in particular. I have Botinera, who is from Valiente La Dolfina, and she's amazing, and Malta, and another one of my favorites, a horse of the year, Toby from Santa Barbara. She's really one of my favorites. So, I have a nice string. I feel good about it. Well, first of all, the best player in the world, and soon to be second one day, Peroto for sure. Well, he's really patient, and he doesn't get nervous before the games, really strategic. I think he keeps his calm, and I think for our sponsors that are playing the high goal, the key is just to try to have fun and relax a little bit, because it's easy to get too tense and then you miss the ball and, get too nervous about the game. So you just want to try and do your best and try and keep up with some of these guys. But Adolfo's amazing, and, when he hits the ball to you, it's going to go right next to you. So there's really nice confidence and peace of mind in that.
All right, welcome back. And a great, Steve and I are sitting here, and we had a great conversation and off the line when everyone was on a commercial break with our third man here, Gaston Dorniak. And Steve, I want to talk about it because this is a great play to talk about. It's one of those things that happens, and I think a lot of players, pro players, novice players, they get mixed up with this, just riding in from behind, riding in from the side. What's a good call? What's a bad call?
Right, yeah. Legally, you can ride into the swing only on the offside, but from the side. Right. You can't come from behind. And, there's been some talk about players should be able to come in from behind. That would cause the player with the ball to release it quicker. And you know what? I've asked some players, up to 8 goals, of course, what do you think about that play? And they go, you know what? We've got a hard enough time concentrating on the players in front of us, much less somebody coming from behind. So they don't really like that idea.
Steve, I'll still use it till the day you die. The reason why they call that play is the elbow don't bend that way.
Yeah.
And that's your saying. You said it. I remember as I got into being a pro umpire, based on that, because back in the day, remember, if the mallet was down, you were allowed to come from the side and just crush the mallet and make that ride off and come in there. So, rather tricky play. It's just nice to see it and talk about it, so I hope you're enjoying it on Chucker TV. We don't see that play happen a lot because players just don't try to come in from the side. Looks like we got a bowling down in the far end zone, Steve.
Yep, looks like that ball remained on the field when the second horn went. So Esteban Ferrari puts it back in play right down in front of the Casablanca goal, and it looks like Milo Estrada, Mickey, is going to score that goal. So their second goal of the game, Mickey's first of the game.
Miguelito. I like him. He's a cute kid, man. And he has a lot. It's fun because, we all know how suave Miguel is on the polo field. His father, former Tango player, Argentine Open winner. And he looks just like him at times. So it's fun seeing Estrada and picking up his first goal today.
All right. Our two umpires, Esteban Ferrari in the green shirt on this side and Federico Martelli on the far side, and he puts the ball back in play, and Dylan Bacon hits a pop fly out of the air, still working on the near side. And here is Michelle Dorniak trying to get by. Dylan Bacon comes through and takes a swipe on the near side, and that leaves it for Mickey Estrada. Now Carlitos with it. He's going to turn that ball back towards the center of the field. Easy to tell Carlitos with a fur on that breastplate. Puts it back up to Michelle. Michelle has to get around Dylan Bacon. Michelle working to the outside. Now the inside. Can he get a run past Bacon? But no, Torito's going to end up with it. That ball pops out, deflected off opponent to the right just a little bit. Toro still has it. Toro slowing down, surveying the field. Puts the ball over here to the side, looking for Grant Gansey. Grant Gansey beaten there by Carlitos Cressida. Carlitos fakes a back shot, turns on his own little flip shot, and going to work, try and get by Mickey Estrada. Can't quite do it. But Dylan Bacon, 2-goal player, puts it back over, has to let Michelle clear. Michelle ride him off, and Torito Ruiz, the highest-rated player in the tournament, puts the ball up against the boards, hits it downfield where Grant Gansey has to work at it on the near side, which he does. Grant Gansey. And here comes Milo Dorniak in, and we've got an umpire's whistle. It looked like they might have been overlapped right there. And, of course, Milo Dorniak doing a near-side back shot.
Reaching over the front. They'll take this one in, our first penalty 4 of the day. Actually, we had a penalty 5, and it'll be in favor of Casablanca. And I like this play by Dylan Bacon over here, Steve. Dylan, I call him Charlie Hustle. Dylan loves he's always hustling out there. He's great number 2. But I love how he was going to turn it around, and he turned it around again and waited for Toro. Toro stole the ball from him, and that gets the offensive attack, and now they get a penalty shot.
Yeah, so they gained some yardage and also a shot on goal, which I consider a shot on goal a penalty for. Almost in every handicap level of polo, even 4-goal polo. If you have a 2 or 3-goal player, penalty 4, 60-yard shot can be a shot on goal. And you talk about, a long field goal kick in football is 53 yards. Well, it's very common for a foul shot to be 60 yards in the sport of polo.
Yeah. All right, well, Torito is the man here on 7 goals. This kid played his first year in snow polo in Aspen, in the Snow Polo World Championship from Aspen, Colorado. He enjoyed it. Watch this kid hit the ball.
Toro puts a worm burner on the ground. Grant Gansey can't keep it on the field. Wide to the right. So we'll have a knock-in for La Portola, which Michel Dorniak has been doing the honors. He did it last game. He's playing the back position. So Michel in with a little tap. Carlos Gracita breaking over to the left. Mark Yurdahl in the center. Michel, they give him a lot of room right here.
Too much.
Yes,
Too much room, Steve.
Too much. He's going to leave it. And here comes Milo. Milo picks up the loose ball. Grant Gansey's going to mark him. That ball's going to come off the boards and remain up against it. So Milo going to have to dig the ball off the boards. Grant Gansey's going to clear out of the way. Toro can't make a play. And here comes Milo Dorniak. Milo Dorniak hooked by Torito Ruiz. And Michel Dorniak picks it up. Michel taking it to the right, trying to get around Mickey Estrada. Now Michel with a deep neck shot over towards the front of the goal, but Dylan Bacon, he's good on that near side. He clears it out a little bit. However, there's Mark Yurdahl. He's going to turn it back towards the goal, and he hits into Torito's horse, but Carlitos Gracita picks it up. Carlitos going to go for a backwards neck shot, and just wide to the right.
Yeah, trying to hit the reverse angle shot there. Very good at that. Hector Galindo.
Ah, yes, you're right.
I watched Hector almost hit one like that from center field, believe it or not, way back in the day. But, yeah, trying to do that reverse neck shot there. I think that was the only shot he had, Steve. He looked like he was a little bit past the goal there when he went to shoot that ball.
Yeah, that's why I thought it was kind of a backwards neck shot, but a great attempt by Carlitos. So 3:58 left on the clock. A score of 2-1 in favor of Casablanca. And, of course, this would be Casablanca's and La Portola's third game, last game of the tournament. And Toro brings it in. Here comes Torito. He's trying to outrun Milo Dorniak. Milo going to give him this play and go to him on the next one if he can catch him. But Toro is flying down the field right there. He's got a pony that is stretched out. Toro going for a difficult open shot, and that ball's going to be hit over the back line.
Coast to coast, no butter, no toast.
That's exactly right. No butter, no toast, no orange juice on this play, even though he's got an orange helmet on. And we're going to have our courtesy horse change here for the second period.
Nice run. I thought he'd go to the center a little bit earlier. I think he might have hit the ball that went down to the end. But before he hit his last shot, second to last shot there, as I know Toro, he wants to get back to the center of the field a little bit early. Great running mare there. The bay mare got out in front for him. And again, enjoying the World Polo League flags in the background, Steve.
Oh,
and you know what that means?
That means the World Polo League is close to coming to town. And actually, you know what?
I'm ready to go,
Dale.
I'm excited, man. Let's talk about it a little bit. Let's talk about the teams. We got a little time here.
Yeah, we do. We've got 7 teams entered in the first 26 goal, the All-Star Challenge, hosted by the Grand Champions Polo Club. And we have 3 26-goal teams, 3 24-goal teams, and, of course, White Birch has a guy that's played a lot of polo to be announced.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
We'll see.
Well, Chris Brandt might be coming in also. We'll put Chris in there right now, and big shout-out to the Brandt family. Peter, of course, Greenwich Polo, White Birch, the Dynasty,
Yes.
team. Great to see them play in the World Polo League.
And
sure.
actually, wasn't Peter one of the highest-rated amateur players?
7.7 goals. 7 goals. And Ilva Soccer.
Right. Yep.
Bill's
exactly.
one of them, too.
Yeah, I
7
think
goals.
Andy Bush made it to 5.
Yes, sir.
Here we go. Michelle brings it back in on that bald-faced pony. I don't know if this is the same bald-faced pony he played in the first or not, but I know I saw him play one in the 6th the other day. And Dylan Bacon with a back shot, but it's deflected off Mark Yurdahl's pony. Grant Gansey trying to dig it off the boards. Carlitos Cressida coming in to break up the play. Grant goes for the hook. Carlitos hits it out underneath his horse, and Michelle Dorniak is the one who sees where the ball is. And, of course, there goes Dylan Bacon. He's got a step on Mark Yurdahl. And Dylan looking over his shoulder. He's pretty consistent on turning this ball. He's pretty handy for a 2-goal player. Dylan trying to run the turn around now. Stops, checks, wants to take it back towards the inside. He's followed up by Torito. Mickey Estrada's going to break downfield on that gray pony. And Toro's going to put it over there to the right, looking for Mickey Estrada. And Mickey, one of the up-and-coming young players right here, don't count him out. He is on the breakaway. He's got 5-6 horse lengths on his opponent, the closest opponent behind him. He's going to check down and let that ball settle. And for a 0-goal player, this player looks pretty good. A shot on goal, and he puts it on through. And you know what? La Portola let him go, and he burned him.
Que golazo. Mickey Novisa Estrada, man, great field knowledge for a 0-goal player. I mean, he hit a few balls up in the air. He didn't get the shot he wants, but he's checking his pony down before the ball hits the ground to level himself. And then just a great finish by a young player. Brilliant player. This kid's got a great future.
Well, he's got a great teacher, and that is his 2nd goal of this period with 1:47 left. And umpire is going to blow the whistle, and we're going to have a little tack adjustment. I think Dylan Bacon would like to adjust some tack, and maybe at this time after Mickey Estrada just made that run, he might jump on a fresh pony here.
Yeah, I love that with the young guys. We talked a lot about that today, Steve, how strong polo has been growing with the young players and women players, and how the different style of players and how they learn so quickly. I mean, if you look around, we had 3 of the top 2-goalers in the world playing right here with us today, with Dylan Bacon, Milo Dorniak, and this morning with Juan Cruz Marcos. And to see guys that are 2 goals, 0 goals, 1-goal players that are running up and down the field, controlling the pace, it's just exciting to watch, see where polo's going.
You know, you've been around polo a long time. If you saw Juan Cruz Marcos 20 years ago at 2 goals, you would be screaming bloody murder to play against somebody like that.
Well, of course, you know the ratings have getting tighter. You've been through it, too. I mean, you've been on so many stats. But it's just great to see where it's going. And, of course, the 12-goal level is a huge part of it.
Yep, here we go. The ball's back in play and on the ground, and we've got a little sword fight going in there. Dylan Bacon wants to clear it out of there, and he does. He sends it over to Torito, or tries to. Milo Dorniak gets a little piece of it, and here comes Carlitos. Carlitos going to try and outrun Grant Gansey. Right there. Oh, nope, that's Dylan Bacon. Dylan Bacon was reaching out for the hook. Michelle Dorniak has Grant on his hip. 2 near-side plays down the field, but right up past Torito Ruiz. Torito with a nice open tail shot right here, and Dylan Bacon on it. Carlitos Cressida is going to check down and stay with him. Dylan Bacon trying to get around Milo and Carlitos. Ball up against the boards. Dylan's got to dig it out, and Carlitos has to clear the way a little quicker. Torito going down the boards. He's told to use it, and Torito read that play perfectly. And a little bit of a shot right there towards goal. Can Carlitos clear it out? And he does. He takes it over to the far boards. Carlitos thought he got fouled on that play. The umpires say play on. However, Carlitos and Toro over in the far boards. Carlitos has the play. Toro has to give way. And Carlitos sends it further down the boards. There's our first horn, as you heard. So here comes Milo Dorniak. Milo Dorniak and Mickey Estrada fighting against each other. Here comes Carlitos. He'd like to send it further down the field before the second horn goes. Up against the boards right here in your own living room. Carlitos going to check down. Dylan Bacon there hassling him. Both of them trying to get it off the boards, and this is fun to watch right here. A lot of handy stick work going on. Who's quicker with a stick? Toro, it bounces out his way, and he gets the ball, followed by Carlitos Cressida. And, wow. I like that right there. You talk about being close up. That's
amazing.
The best seat in the house.
You were sitting right. We were sitting in a perfect seat there, and everybody on Chucker TV got to see that perfect. You know what's great? Is how everyone was in there fighting, but it was so clean. No four-legged athletes got hit. Mallets were down low. I love it.
And nobody said a word.
I love it, man. I love it.
So stay with us. Don't go away. We've got 4 more chuckers to play. 1 more before halftime. You're watching live wherever you may be on Chucker TV.
Yes, I got my swagger back.
Welcome back. Third chucker action. And 3-1. Close one. Defensive battle going on. What do you think, Steve? I mean, right now, Casablanca keeping the energy up.
And I think probably the 2 Dundas teams are hoping that it ends this way. That would put both of them in the finals. If La Portola should win, then, of course, there'd be a 3-way tie with 2-1 records, and then there'd be a shootout. So right now, of course, we're only a third of the way through this, but the 2 Dundas teams are looking pretty.
You know, this Casablanca team, we talked about it coming. We know Grant's going to come out firing, and, you know, they're behind the gun here. A win just gives them bragging rights, but that's a deadly team. It's a deadly combination. You got to be careful of a team that's been edged out of a lot of games. They want to get, it's early in the season. We're in February, in the middle of February, so they're going to want to get stronger here. So this is a dangerous combination. I don't want to play against a team that is not in the hunt. I hated that, man. At the end of a tournament, Steve, it's deadly combination. So this team's tough. La Portola's got to get on it quickly here. And Toro's on fire. Grant seems very relaxed today. I love that. I love this play right here where Dylan had the ball. Grant got in behind him. Didn't tell him to leave it. Just stayed calm. Toro comes running by, and they get an offensive attack. So it's a deadly combination. See what happens here. That was a ball. It was on the field there right at the end of the chucker, right after that sword fight we were talking about. And if you're just joining us here in our third chucker, Casablanca, Mickey Noviza Estrada, Dylan Vega, Grant Ganzi, Torito Ruiz, La Portola, Mark Yurdahl, Milo Dorniak, Carlitos Garcia, and Michelle Dorniak. And Steve's been going through the breakdown, if you have joining us, is that Casablanca, they're just here to finish their final game, but they could change this tournament up if they win. La Portola needs a win to go to a shootout against Dundas 1 and Dundas 2, and off to the races we go. And this is the way it's been. Fire, as Toro's going to hammer one down inside the 30-yard line, and Ganzi will apply the pressure to Dorniak and keep him straight. Now, great job by Grant to staying home, giving his team a chance to get in line here. And this is a little breakdown that we've seen here in the first three chuckers, Steve. Milo Dorniak's been open a lot on these passes.
It seems like Michelle looks for him over to this side of the field, and they've got that play down pretty well.
Yeah, because that's like the 4th or 5th time that he's used that play. So someone's got to work a little bit, put a little hip on Milo, and he's an ever-ready battery on 2 goals. On the far right side with 6:43 on the clock, balance in the air, Dylan comes in, makes the hook. Charlie Hustle gets in line, and Dylan, you made the perfect play early and then jumped right in front.
Yeah, jumped right in front. A little right-of-way violation there, not allowing Michelle to go forward. So Frederico Martelli right there on top of things, and, of course, they've got radios that the 2 umpires will communicate, and I believe they are going to come over towards the center of the field for a penalty 4 in favor of La Portola.
One of the hardest things, I think, for any player when you start playing the 2 position is and being Charlie Hustle position where you need to make the hooks and the bumps, and then if you're a very active player like Dylan is anyways at the 1 or the 4 position when he plays in the high goal, you need to be careful of not making the mistake after you make a great play, because you make a great play, you make a hook or right off Steve, and then next thing you know you're fouling somebody, or you kind of keep that gray area.
You might get a little overconfident, and of course the adrenaline is flowing,
Sure.
and so it does take a little patience and a little bit of discipline.
Our Dorniak with the penalty for 60-yard shot. All players, of course, 30 yards from the ball if you're new to the game of polo. Here comes number 4. Dorniak's going to get a hold of this one, but off the left side.
Off to the left side, a line drive, and I'm sure he'd like to have that one back. desperately needed that one with 2 goals behind here early in the third chukker.
Yeah, you want to get those today. We watched it this morning. Penalty shots came in big. That was the difference this morning at the end of the game. So let's see what happens here on the knock and looking for a positive possession. Nice little play by Dylan Bacon. He'll come into the corner here. Oh, there's a good ride off. Well done by Milo Dorniak. Turned around by Gracida. And look at this. Milo makes the ride off, gets the pass from Dorniak. That's Charlie Hustle also. To the inside, look for the finish. Milo Dorniak makes the defensive play, has the ability to turn and get out, and it gets the pass from Carlos for the finish.
Yeah, and then a nice approach shot, easy. Ball staying on the ground, rolling, and he just taps it through the second time for a goal to bring them 1 goal behind. Casablanca leading 3-2.
Love a player who starts it and then finishes it. Great part of the game of polo, and you got to give love to the 4-legged athlete there that Dorniak's riding. On the far side, Dylan gets hooks. Everybody got mounts in here.
Yeah, I think we got a little bit of a cross hook right there. And remember, you've got to be in a direct line behind or on the same side as a player is swinging. If any part of your horse, and of course the rules committee chairman asked me years ago, what is my reference for the line? And my answer is the horse's hip bone. Everything has to be, and if you take this play here, for instance, you take the horse's right hip bone, the hooking player has to be everything to the left of that right hip bone since he was swinging on the near
That's
side.
good reference. I like that. I think everyone can imagine that in their minds. Perfect. I like it, Steve. Break it down, Polo 101 style.
There you go.
You got that Polo 103 coming to you, though. That 103 got me crazy. I mean, I don't talk a lot of Polo 103 and 104. We were talking about the riding from the right side and Malice coming down. All right, here we go. Open goal penalty. Here's the big one there. Grant Gansey. He's been taking them all season long. Granty's usually right on fire here, Double G.
And let's talk about the ball placement when we get a chance on this one. That play happened going across the field in the center, but it was intentional, and I think that's why the umpires made a 3 out of that instead of a 4.
Ice in his veins, Grant Gansey, 99% on the summer, about 99% this year. He is very strong with the penalties, and I got to tell you got to be ready for him. That's the difference in polo, that little shot right there. And then Steve, good read on the movement, because that was a huge move from center down to an open goal. But if it is deliberate, and the umpires believe that, then they can take it down. If it's unintentional, usually from the spot.
Usually from the spot, correct. Unless somebody was really, really disadvantaged going to goal on that crossing.
And that's one of the spots I like.
Yeah.
Steve and I were arguing about that this morning, that spot hit, but I like that one. All right, Mark. You're dog. Get down there. Grant puts a little hip on him. Loose ball play. Gracida on the gray pony. Carlos. Now he's got to deal with Toro. Oh, that's a nice little play. Carlitos. Leave it for Dorniak. Good. Well done by La Portola here. Working well together. Great communication in the scrum. You can throw a blanket over 8 players. Mallets in the air. Loose ball play by Gansey. Turned inside by Dorniak. And finally a whistle there. And, man, I don't know what to say.
I'm not sure either. I think the line of the ball was up and down the field from goalpost to goalpost, and Michelle kind of came across there. So I wouldn't be surprised if this is a penalty 5A in favor of Casablanca.
There you go. Grant met that one and took it back inside, so Dorniak's going to get caught. Good read, Steve. There were so many bees buzzing in there. 4:13 on the clock, 2-goal difference here. Toro, he got Dylan. Dylan has a lot of time here, Bacon all by himself. Dylan takes it forward nicely, checks the shoulder one time. He's going to check it down. Grant Gansey will fall into the rumble seat in behind him. Mark Hurdo's going to do the flyby, tries to come in there and leave it for Grant now. Grant has room to work. Milo Dorniak tries to flip it back. Good rotation by number 2 in the blue. Leave it for number 3 in the blue, and here comes Toro. Toro's going to snap one, and Dorniak is going to sacrifice himself to block that one. Michelle Dorniak. And now they come around and around. Gracina's going to back it up. Stolen inside by Dylan. Overridden by Dylan. Bacon, and then he's taken again by Michelle. Dorniak. Keeping it moving for La Portola down the far side, looking for Milo, but a good rotation again by Casablanca, and Dylan Bacon wearing the 2, but bounces in the number 4 position. Toro, very smooth with the polo ball. Torito. Now he'll leave it for Mickey. Mickey sweeping the floor, gets it through one, twice. Carlos with the hook. Gray Pony passes it forward. Bad luck for La Portola. Grant Gansey has no play. Heads up play by Gansey. Not the foul there. Don't give him the 5. Make him work it out. Well done. Keeping a hustle now on Michelle. Dorniak not having an easy ride here. Grant Gansey putting the pressure once again. Dorniak having to work at it. And so hard that Milo comes in behind to help his dad out. Now, La Portola is going to move it forward here. 2:39 on the clock. He'll take this one back to the center. Loose ball play, and it's Milo once again, who was helping his father earlier. Dorniak carries the ball inside the 60. Dorniak looking for the finish. Milo Dorniak gets a hot flag.
Wow, what a play by La Portola. Michelle working very hard over there, trying to get around Grant Gansey. Finally does, and as you said, Milo comes in behind to help out. And then, of course, Milo breaking downfield. Michelle feeding him the ball, and Milo just takes it to goal easily and calmly and puts it through, bringing their team within 1 goal. It scored a 4-3, and we'll have our third courtesy horse change right here, Dale. And we've got a ball game. You know what? There's 2 games that have got – the last 2 games have been a 1-goal difference. And the difference I'm seeing is Casablanca didn't have 2 good first games, but they came out a different team today. And you know what? I saw that with La Portola. In their first game, they looked a little bit lifeless and not much energy. Their second game, they came out and they beat Dundas. And you know what? 2 different teams right here today.
Yeah, 2:09 on the clock as we come to the courtesy change. I would love to have Milo Dorniak and his dad mic'd up out there on that play, because is Milo coming to help Dad, or is Dad saying, Milo, where you at? You know what I mean? I think Milo's a strong enough player. He knows he sees his dad. Great play by Gansey. I mean, we know how good Dorniak was the ball. Dorniak, I'll reference it, has the highest score to date in the skills of the game competition, which we played during the COVID-19 pandemic at the Santa Rita Polo Farm. If you haven't seen the skills of the game, go to Chucker TV, check it out. Dorniak has the highest score to date.
Absolutely right. Okay, we're back in play here, Dale, and Michelle with a back shot to Carlitos.
Carlitos will take it over. It's going to be, a little bad luck there as he had it moving forward. Loose ball play. And it'll be Torito one more time. Toro, he's so good with the ball. Relaxes there calmly, sending Grant forward. Oh, that's a great give and go. Grant and Mark, Michelle actually. Look at Grant Gansey, great ball control. Leaves it inside. Dylan comes flying in there on fire. And talk about coming in hot. That's coming in hot. Now Milo, though, no, this could be trouble. Milo Dorniak going to the spur, but look at Mickey Noviza Estrada, and the little gray pony has a little foot. Milo pumping hard, switches to the near side. That's a perfect pickup on the near side, but Noviza Estrada will push him all the way to the end. Shot on goal. And it's on the field still, and he gets taken out. And once again, your 12 goal just turned into 22 goals. And those 2 players are 0 and 2 goals flying down the field as Grant Gansey collects himself. Gansey, it gets picked up by Michelle, and we have a lot of energy on the far side of Field 5 at the Grand Champions Polo Club. Dorniak under the neck, trying to get the equalizer here with 50 seconds on the clock. Toro checked his shoulder. Great play again by Mickey Noviza Estrada to take out Milo just for a split second. That gives Toro the opportunity to turn it upfield. Grant Gansey and Dylan Bacon going forward, looking to go ahead by 2 goals now. Dylan Bacon has to deal with Grisita. Carlos on a flyer. Carlos, big back shot here. We still got time. 28 seconds on the clock. Now Toro trying to get by Michelle. Toro Ruiz inside the 40 once, twice, 3 times my lady in the high flag with 17 seconds on the clock.
Wow, what an ending that was to that third period of play. A nice teamwork by Casablanca. Toro did get by Michelle Dorniak and able to tap that ball once, twice, 3 times through the goal. We've got a score of 5-3. Stay with us. We'll be right back after this halftime break, and you're watching live from Field 5 on Chucker TV.
There's something about when you get up early, prep the plane, and you take off, and you get that first light of day. And the air is crystal smooth. You can see forever. You have to have the right aircraft for the right flight with the right crew up front. Only NetJets can do this. The flight dissolves into the background. It should just be the here and now.
The world's best polo in your pocket. Chucker TV, the only app you'll need to watch polo. The world's best polo in your pocket.
Chucker TV, the only app you'll ever need to watch polo.
There's something about when you get up early, prep the plane, and you take off, and you get that first light of day. And the air is crystal smooth. You can see forever. You have to have the right aircraft for the right flight with the right crew up front. Only NetJets can do this. The flight dissolves into the background. It should just be the here and now.
Welcome to the halftime breakdown here. Umpire halftime breakdown with Esteban Ferrari. Esteban, thank you for joining us today.
Hello, how are you? Thank you for the invitation.
Now, Ferrari's been working with us all season long. We're going to see him with the WPL. Let's talk about it. 12-goal polo or 20-goal polo?
Oh, no, 12-goal polo, pero today is really hard and really open, no, the game, no?
Yeah.
I like it to make the umpire like this, no?
Yeah, they've been playing. They're running around very nice. They're using each other well.
Yeah.
And it seems very, very fast with the players. What do you
I think in 2 times the players stop, and in one time we flow the whistle, you know?
Yep.
And the other team go to the other side.
Go to the other side, back and forth.
Back and forth. Okay.
There's been so many coast-to-coast runs, we say, Esteban, on the play. Tell me, how's the energy on the field? How are the players, the energy today?
Excellent. Weather, excellent field, excellent.
Yeah, great horses. Let's talk about a play. We always like talking about procedures. Steve and I were talking about a play. You had a play in the center here where I think it looked like a cross hook or something.
Claro, the problem is...
Talk about that, because you guys moved that to an open goal.
It's a throwing.
Okay.
You know, and the one guy, ¿cómo se dice?
You put it on the otro lado. Put the mallet on the wrong side.
He
reached over, cross hook.
mallet on the wrong side.
There you go.
And I flow a whistle and go to the 40 yards.
Yeah, the 40 yards.
It's danger.
It's dangerous,
it's
yeah.
danger.
Okay. No, I like it because
Okay.
this is a big play because we were talking on Chucker TV, that's fun.
Yes.
And Steve and I understood 100%, and we wanted to talk to you about it because
I know.
we thought you saw it looked dangerous, and I thought it was a great call.
Okay, thank you very much.
Very good call. Esteban Ferrari right here. We'll let you get ready for your next Chucker.
Yes, I
Thank
will.
you, Esteban.
Thank you.
And we'll be seeing more of you then. We will be seeing Esteban Ferrari all season long, as of course Steve Lane is working with all the umpires for the World Polo League. One of our top umpires here has worked many times here at the Grand Champion Polo Club. Love to have him back. What a fun guy he is. Stay with us. We'll be right back for the second half. Welcome back. I'd like to thank Esteban Ferrari for joining us. A character. He is a character.
Yes, he is.
I love that guy.
Got his hair slicked back.
He is looking stylish. He says every time we tell him he's got to do the halftime interview, he's okay. I'm going to go look good. He's looking good.
Yeah, he looks 10 goals when he's out
does,
there.
Boy, he looks 10 goals. What a great guy, great rider, an unbelievable umpire, great attitude on the field.
Yeah, one of the 3 world-class umpires that the Grand Champions Polo Club has brought in here for the 2021 season. And in case you're just joining us, we've got the 6th and final game of the limited edition 12-goal hosted by the Grand Champions Polo Club. And, of course, the finals set for Sunday at 12 o'clock. And don't forget, this Saturday we have 2 games in the World Polo League 26-goal All-Star Challenge. And at 11 o'clock, Casablanca is going to play Great Oaks. And at 3 o'clock, White Birch is going to take on Hawaii Polo Life. And they're playing at White Birch. We haven't seen that field this year, but I imagine that thing will look like a billiard table. So
yeah, you got Chris Dawson coming in with Adolfo Cambiaso, Portola Cambiaso.
Yeah.
Yeho Taranco. Love him. He's a player. And on the other side, we said Chris Brand will be playing. Also, they have a TBA in it. It might be mixing up as Chris has been traveling. But we'll see him, Mariano Getty, Facu Lorente, and Lolo Casanolo. And I'm like, whoa, I can't wait to see Lolo play.
I haven't seen Lolo play in a long time, so I'm kind of looking forward to that.
The boys are too here. Heta's here. And you got the whole group, Barto. We'll go through all the teams here, but we got to finish this one up because there's a lot of action going on here in the 12-goal at the Grand Champions Polo Club. This could decide, the shootout or the final is going to say what's going to happen here. And Steve went through it earlier. If you just missed, La Portola is the win. They will go out to a 3-team shootout. That'll be a one-man shootout. And one thing I know about La Portola is they don't mind getting to the shootout because, as I said earlier, Michelle Dorniak has the highest score in the skills of the game. And what do the skills of the game do? You got to shoot penalties in the skills of the game. And this guy did it. Forward, backwards, every way, he has the highest score. So they're going to be very strong going into that. And if not, like I said, in Casablanca right now, with great energy and great cohesiveness, as a team that got edged out and doesn't have a chance, and that's a desperate situation. You got to watch out for a team like that because they want to win.
Yes, absolutely. And you know what? I'm going to tell you, just thinking about this morning's game and now watching this game, there are 16 solid players in this tournament.
All ratings, like we went through from A-rated. If you look across the board, everybody. Even on the Casa, we have a 0-goal player with Mickey, unbelievable. 2-goal player with Dylan. 3-goal player with Grant. All of them have the ability to go going up. And then Toro at 7 got the ability going up to 8.
Yeah, Toro, the highest-rated player in this tournament. And look at even Sarah Siegel-Magnus scored 3 goals today.
Awesome.
2 on penalty shots, 1 from the field.
Both the Magnuses were great today. They really got in the game today. They pulled the team. On the other side, you got the same thing. Milo had 2 goals. You got Mark at A-rated, and with Milo and Carlos and then Dorniak, strong 4 teams. It's amazing. You don't have to have 10, 15 teams in the league because it was so competitive with the 4 teams. And, man, the fields were just perfect here early in February. They moved them around. They played in Santa Rita at the Polo Farm. They played Jan Pamela, and now here on Field 5.
And, we didn't give Mark enough credit. Casablanca almost scored at the east end, and Mark Yurdahl backed that ball out, which allowed Milo Dorniak to take it down the field.
You say set him up, and he went the other way.
Yes.
That's what it was great hearing Esteban talk about how fast they were going coast to coast. He loves the open-style polo. Back to the center, Steve. Take it away.
All right. They're lining up on Esteban Ferrari as we change directions of the bowl ends after the halftime, and Michelle with a back shot. Gets one off, but it's deflected by a pony, and Grant Gansey's going to pick it up. Michelle still staying back. Michelle with a near side back shot. Sends it over here towards the near boards. Who's the first to turn on it? But Miki Estrada. Miki with a neck shot to the boards. But Carlitos Cresidas brought in there by Dylan Bacon. And now Carlitos has the ball. He wants to get some free room where he can work that ball, and he does. Mickey Estrada staying back with him, and Carlitos gets a shot off, but it's going to be Mickey Estrada with a back shot. They neutralize each other. That ball's off Pony. It bounces forward, giving it to Dylan Bacon, but Torito sends it back up to Dylan, who was unable to get a handle on it the first time. There's Michelle and Dylan, but Dylan still flies by Michelle, and here's Dylan going towards goal, and Dylan a 2-goal player, scores for his team, taking the ball from the far side of the field to the center between the uprights.
You might have been listening to us at the beginning of the game. We're getting Casa fired up here. Oh, that's just a brilliant goal by Dylan Bacon. Come on, what a goal. The kid ran around the far corner, ran by 5 players, one of his own and 4 of the other La Portola players, and then the finish, and we know how hard it is, always about the finish. Dylan Bacon coming out strong here for Chucker action.
All right, Casablanca in the lead, 6-3, lining up on Esteban Ferrari, and he wants a clean lineup, and that's what the umpires want. Don't want anybody to have an unfair advantage or unfair disadvantage. And here comes Dylan Bacon once again. We just got done mentioning his name for scoring at the west end of the field, and now he's going towards the east. He's got a nice approach shot. Can he handle that bouncing ball? And not there yet. Michel Dorniak, it was through when Michel backed it, and that's why he didn't take a strong back shot. So that ball just trickling over the goal line.
My man Dylan Bacon, I always like a Fort Chucker. Come out strong in the Fort Chucker, especially when you're 2 goals up, hit 2 more, and look what's happening. Now up by 4. Now the pressure is on La Portola. Bacon, Bacon, Bacon. Well done. A great start here with 5:22 on the clock.
Not sure what he ate or drank over there at halftime, but he sure has come out firing on this Fort Chucker of play. Ball back on the ground, and once again, there's Dylan Bacon. Dylan Bacon sends it back, rakes it back to get rid of a La Portola player. Dylan going to send it over to Mickey Estrada, but Milo Dorniak is going to jump on that ball. Milo trying to get around some blue shirts. Dylan Bacon staying back there with him. Michel Dorniak following him up. Michel says, take it with you, son. And he does. And Mickey Estrada gets a handle on it. Carlos Cressida come in to hook. He's holding his mallet, but Mickey gets it away from him. Mickey gets it away, and once again, Dylan Bacon on the move towards the west goal. Dylan Bacon with a shot towards the goal. Can he get there and score it? And yes, he does. 3 goals in a row for Dylan Bacon, and he is on fire.
Yeah, you know how it works. You got to give credit where credit is due. And I'm going to say it again. Mickey Novija Estrada get through the hook of Carlos. Carlos is whipping himself because he just stayed calm and cool. Let his mallet go back. Then he sneaks away, hits a 20-yard shot to Dylan, and Dylan's on fire, man. Dylan's on fire.
Dylan took it down the field and scored in front of everybody, weaving through players. Esteban Ferrari gives the players back the ball, and Torito going to hit it forward, but he's got to go the other direction. The ball comes over here by the boards, and here comes Milo Dorniak in there, and those players got to check down Torito trying to get by Carlitos. Carlitos can't quite get a hook on him, but Carlitos is going to stay with him. Torito doing that bouncing ball, and finally Carlitos gets a mallet on him. Carlitos takes that bouncing ball across the field on his own. Grant Gansey comes in and rides Michel Dorniak, takes it forward for a tail shot, and there's Michel jumping on the line and the right away. Michel quickly gives the ball back to Milo. Carlitos, oh, that's Carlitos. Milo in the center of the field. Carlitos unable to handle the bouncing ball. Torito with the back shot, but there's nobody home there but Michel Dorniak. Michel has a man on his hip. Going to work the near side. Can't get a hold of the near side, and here comes Mickey Estrada. He's getting in this game. Milo Dorniak coming in there as well. Milo lets the ball settle up against the boards. He's got to rake it out. Mickey Estrada going to stay with him. And, of course, Mark Yurdahl calls for it downfield, and Michel's already up front. But Dylan Bacon with a nice near-side back shot breaks up the play, and here comes Mark Yurdahl. Mark Yurdahl over there on the boards. Mark trying to rake the ball off the boards. He's got 7 goals on his hip. Mark's still working. He leaves it, and here comes Milo Dorniak. Milo trying to work the ball towards center. He's got a couple of blue shirts to get around. He's still got control. Torito doesn't have a play yet, and now Torito rides him off, takes the offside shot, sending it out across the goal. And once again, look at Dylan Bacon drop his horse's head, and Carlitos comes in and introduces himself to Dylan Bacon. And Mickey Estrada in there with the next shot. Torito trying to back the ball out of that group of players over there. And here is Michel Dorniak. Michel trying to get a free mallet. Carlitos going to fall in behind. Michel's going to bring the ball back towards. And that's Milo Dorniak, not Michel. A little tough to tell over there in the sun, especially with 2 black helmets. And Torito, I believe, is going to get the whistle called against him on that play.
Well, another fast running, gunning chucker here. We're finally going to get a courtesy change with 1:56 on the clock. That means that they have been running, Steve, and just going everywhere. Everybody making clean plays, great ride-offs, great ball, no penalties. And another clean game. And this one alone, this is even more clean than our earlier game, as we didn't have many fouls in our first 12 goal today. But this one, once again, with 1:56 on the clock, 8-3. What a start for Casablanca in the Fort Chucker.
Yeah, and you know, when you talked about foul shots, Dale, I looked at Tracy's score sheet there at halftime, and she had 4 fouls in the first half. So this is the 5th foul of the game. So when you talk about classic-style polo and foul-free polo, this is exactly what we're observing today.
It's beautiful. Just beautiful. And again, and very active. Everybody getting involved. I like Mark Yurlo coming down the line here, having to deal with Toro, the 7-goaler, putting him on his hip. And that's great fun for Mark. He loves to play the game. And Toro, that's a rider. But just great pole. I love, I wish we had the tent mic'd up at halftime for Casablanca. Love the pony that Dylan was on here in the first half of this chucker.
Oh, wow.
A lot of power, come out strong, and it seemed to suit him very well. He got a lot done on it.
Suited him very well, and he was very confident on her. And 3 goals. I mean, come on. He did a hat trick here. And you know what? We still have 2 minutes of playing time left. So, Dylan Bacon coming out strong.
Yeah, La Portola's got to watch out here. This is what you want, and I believe in this strategy. When I said earlier today, when you're up by 2 goals, if you can come out in the 4th, and it's just great to come out on your best ponies. And I did a lot of this myself with Memo Gracita and Carlos Gracita. So Carlitos must have known that this was they're going to try to do this, because I learned it from the Gracitas. Come out on the best horses, get 2 more goals, and put the pressure on the opposing team. And right now the pressure is there. We do have a penalty, and this could stop the water from just gorging down the river at the moment. And let's see if La Portola can put a dam up here. Well, I'm going to put the pressure on. If it's Dorniak, remember, don't prove me wrong here, Michelle. Highest scorer in the skills game. And I talked about the shootout if they do one, and this is one of the plays they're going to have to do. So let's see if Dorniak can get his team going.
Michelle puts that ball right on through with authority. Took a full swing on that, which I was a little surprised. He's been taking half swings on that, as we saw Chris Campson do in the 8-goal, the Aspen Valley Cup.
That was fire right there, Steve.
Yeah, it was. But now Casablanca with a 4-goal cushion with 1:37 left in the 4th period. So La Portola closing that gap just a little bit. They've got more work to do to be able to stay in this game if they want to come out victorious. Esteban Ferrari's going to give the player back the balls. It's on the ground. It goes all the way through. Michelle, the first one to put wood to plastic. And here's Carlitos Gracita. Look at Milo Dorniak right behind, taking out Dylan Bacon. Torito's going to have to run down Gracita. Unable to do so, and Gracita calmly and coolly sends that ball through. So 2 quick goals by La Portola to narrow that cushion to 3 goals.
And that's how quick it can happen. In less than a minute, you get the penalty shot. Dorniak, perfect executed, win the bowl in. Carlos on the move. And maybe Carlos heard me talking about his dad again. And I know his dad's saying, Carlos, you got to get on it now. And Memo. But well done. That's a great comeback here. Now it's putting him back in the hunt.
Here we go. Esteban Ferrari throws the ball back in. Milo unable to get a hold of it. And there is Michelle. Michelle sees Milo breaking downfield, and father and son working very well together. Milo Dorniak on the move, a nice approach shot. Torito unable to catch him, and Milo, wow, 3 quick goals, unanswered goals by La Portola. So Dylan Bacon starting this period out with 3 goals of his own, and of course, Milo Dorniak ending that period with a score of 8-6 here at the end of the Fort Chucker. Don't go away, stay with us. La Portola's closing the gap, and you're watching it live here on Chucker TV. Who else scored that period? Didn't we have
I'm Porto Cambiaso, and I'm from Argentina, and yes, I live in Cañuelas. Empecé a jugar a los 5 años, más o menos. Me enseñó mi papá, nada, ahí me gustó y le estoy metiendo a full desde los 5 más o menos. Cuando no estoy jugando me gusta irme al campo con los caballos, ir a ver cómo está el campo. También me gusta jugar al golf, hacer otros deportes, jugar al fútbol, pero generalmente me gusta ir al campo. Me gusta todo, está muy bueno. La verdad que las canchas están muy buenas, los equipos son muy competitivos en la World Pole League y en la 22 y yo creo que eso es lo mejor que tiene Florida. La verdad que jugar con mi papá es una posibilidad impresionante que me dan y nada, estoy muy agradecido y la verdad que es increíble.
Fifth chucker action, and if you missed the fourth chucker, well, that was just a perfectly played chucker by both teams. Casablanca dominated the first half of it, well, the first 4 minutes, and then it just shows you how strong La Portola is. They get a penalty shot, Dorniak, then one from Gracida, and then one from Milo Dorniak. And Steve, in one way, Casa was just brilliant, but it was all Dylan. And I might have to give that chucker to La Portola because now they got 3 people scoring goals, 3 people with hot sticks, and they won 3 bowlings also at the end there, and they scored right out of the bowling. So Casa's got to tighten up now.
Yeah, they absolutely do. And La Portola, like you said, we'll give it to them because they had teamwork on all of their goals. Dylan Bacon just,
he was a
broke
machine,
out.
a one-man machine.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, everyone's getting their job done here, but this is going to be a great chucker, deciding chucker, you could say. Will Casablanca hold on and keep the lead, or are we going into the 6th chucker tied, or maybe La Portola up? We will see. Here we go. We got him back to the center on Ferrari in the green jersey. Bowlings have been very important in this game. And it's Gracida again, 4 in a row by La Portola. That is a big play with possession. Dylan and Gracida come together. Now Bacon. Now Gracida. Gracida on the scrum. Turns it around here. Carlos stays controlled. Takes this one out. They go forward here. Mickey makes a turn, makes a great little hook there on Gracida. And then they all come together and get a whistle with 7:03 on the clock.
Yeah, we had Dylan Bacon and an opponent on the line there, and Michel Dorniak just kind of dove in there up in the front, and not big enough gap for where he was entering the right-of-way compared to the 2 players already established on the right-of-way. So it'll be a penalty 5A, more than likely, from the spot in favor of Casablanca, helping them keep this 2-goal lead.
That'll stop the energy from flowing and get it going in the other direction. It's going to be Toro. Torito down the center, looking for Dylan Bacon. Misread there. It's going to go down the center. Dylan trying to come over. Oh, nice ride-off there on Dorniak, on Milo, but they leave it. Now it's Milo. And they'll back this one up. And Grant Gansey, that's great play, but Gansey staying composed right there. Milo tried to run around him. Now they come together, and Michel will control. Composure by Estrada, as he is always, a young, very young, composed player. Stays calm, pushing, look at this, pushing Michel, waiting for the mistake, and Grant Gansey moves it along, and that's good polo by Casablanca as it starts off with Estrada. Gansey pushes it down. Toro, bad luck, shooting that goal, and he wants that one back. I saw Toro kind of flip his helmet back.
Yeah, he had the jump on Carlitos, but Carlitos caught him within about 3 strides, put the pressure on him, and I think that's what caused Torito to miss that shot on goal.
Great polo play there by the Casablanca as a team. And they'll take the knock in here. Still 2-goal difference with 5:50 on the clock. To the outside, Gracida will come back inside. Michel working on Toro. Toro taking on 2 players. Almost disturbed that play. Now they'll come together, but they are slowing them up. Casa playing very strong man-to-man here in the 5th chucker with this 2-goal lead. Outlet pass, looking for Mark Yerdal. Mark going to come in there and try to move that one down the field, and I think you're going to get him from riding in from behind.
Riding in from behind. I'm not sure if that was Mark or Dave Yerdal. That might have been Dave.
Oh, man, that's Dave.
That's Dave.
Mark doesn't foul.
We've got to let our viewers in a little bit. I messed up and called Mark Dave the other day and was corrected. So this morning when he was at the Dundas 2 game, he says, if I make a good play, it's Mark Yerdal. If I make a bad play, it's Dave Yerdal. So there you have it.
He's a great spirit Great spirit, Steve. Great love having a man like him around the Grand Champions Polo Club. We love that energy. Fun player, just loves the game of polo. Here we go, on the fly. 5-12. Dorniak looking for one. Oh, that's a clean. I like the 9 call right there as Toro drags it forward. Look at this. On the move. Look at these two players. Toro under the neck. Huge neck shot. Who's coming? Grant Gansey. Milo going to the speed stick 3 times and a very clean ride-off. But well done, Grant Gansey. Holding the composure. Now, Estrada comes in and mallets in the air and a whistle on the play with 4:50 on the clock.
Yeah, I think after Grant reached back for that ball, his horse kind of flipped around in front, blocking the right-of-way for Michelle Dorniak. And, of course, a right-of-way violation, not a dangerous play, but we'll have a penalty 5A right from where the ball is.
Dorniak trying to get him going. Milo to the left. Mark to the right. Carlos down the center, the flying wedge. Big ball down the left side. Gansey's going to push Milo into the coffin corner. And let's see what Milo decides to do down there. 5 players gathered in the corner. Milo to the inside. Gracida. Now Toro. Gracida I don't know how that happened, but he gets it out to Dorniak, Michelle. And the low flag, and Casa will dodge a bullet as Gracida snapped one out. And Dorniak would like to have that one back.
You know, that's the second time we've seen Gracida put a back shot over in front of goal, getting it through the pack of ponies and pack of players, and I'm sure Michelle would like to have a mulligan on that shot.
Toro says, let's open it up, trying to get Estrada going forward. Mark Uredall with the tail shot. Great angle because he takes Dylan off the play, but watch out. Here comes Toro. Coming in hot. Great hook by Gracida. And now it'll be Dorniak to control once again as everybody going forward for La Portola. He's got 3 options. Mickey's going to get there, snipe one back, loose ball play. Good read here by Torito, not the foul. Doesn't want to give Dorniak an easy play. Now Michelle trying to get around, hip to hip. Good ride out by Dorniak. He's so strong in the trenches. They leave it for Milo now. Dorniak from a standstill, a bit of a mishit. Oh, an override by Estrada. Loose ball play inside, and this one will get kicked off the field by a pony.
Yeah, and that's a tough break for La Portola, but I think we had an umpire's whistle there, so I'm not sure if that was a safety or whether it's a courtesy horse change. We'll let the umpires sort this one out. This is possibly a penalty 6, and I think maybe when Casablanca went for that near side back shot, it ticked his mallet, hopped over it, touched it, and it looks like Federico Martelli is coming back to the 60-yard line for a safety. So Casablanca is going to change. They've got to do the run down to their camp. And
so it looks like they left it on. Are they bringing it out or they leave it on the bad? It looks like there's one on the end line down there.
Well, there is. He's got one in his hand,
I
too.
saw that, too, yeah. Well, we're going to get a courtesy change here with 3:16 to be precise. 8-6. And you know what I love, Steve? I've been thrilled to see the different combinations that we've seen in the 12 goal in the series, the limited edition 12 goal, especially these 4 teams. We talked about it a lot this morning about the running plays and the control plays and then not a lot of fouls. I mean, I'm a big believer in the courtesy change, and I think it cuts down on the fouls because players don't make desperation plays. We know that. You can run a horse as hard as you want. You know you won't hurt it because you have a chance to give it a chance, and it seems to be working. But it's really thrilling to see players, young players like this, and we got some older ones like Michelle and haven't played a lot of polo, but there's not a lot of fouls in such energy, aggressive polo.
Yeah, no, I agree with that statement. And you know what? The players are playing clean. I think the players are smarter about which plays to go into and what plays not to go into.
Okay, yeah, and I agree with that. Good call. Because you watch like Mickey, he's a young kid, and he's pulling out of plays.
Yeah.
And I think the more we see that in the game of polo, the faster it becomes, the safer it is.
And it's more fun to watch. It's easier for you and I to announce.
Oh, you know
it's easier on the umpires.
Well, everybody, even a lot of fans, they say when they see a lot of fouls, they kind of get a little bit, it turns them off about the game of polo, and it's such a smooth running game. And so we'd love to know what you think about that. Get on the Facebook conversation or let us know what you think. And let us know, if you think there's any kind of rules or any kind of procedures that might help the game. Steve and I would love to know. All right. They're going to call the knock in there, and everybody's on fresh legs, so watch this 3 minutes. Here comes Toro, mishit, out of the air by Gracida, but Grant's got all day. And he knows it. Number 3, Love his helmet. Love the American flag on the back of it. He styled it. Whoa, Gracita coming in hot.
Yeah, on that play, I think if he would have cleared, he might have been all right because Grant did change the line back across the field a little bit. So Carlitos had a right because he was meeting the old line, but when the line changed, he just had a right to carry on and not make a swing or a play at the ball.
Cannot make the swing. I agree with you 100%, Steve. And if I was coaching him, I'd say, look, you're coming in hot. He changed the line on you, but do not make a swing. And we've seen that a couple times this year on Chucker TV where a few players made swipes at the ball, didn't make contact. And look at this. You're going to get a huge move here because a 5 doesn't help. So they're going to get a 60-yard shot, a goal shot penalty with 2 goals up, opportunity to go 3 ahead.
Yeah, and I think La Portola, maybe Carlitos was just a little bit anxious because they've shot at that goal down there this period 3 times and unable to put it between the uprights all 3 times. So Carlitos may be a little bit desperate to make a score.
It could be unnerving, too, to come into Fort Chucker and have Dylan Bacon score 3 goals on you, snap, snap, snap. And then they came back at the end of the 4th, so I figured that gave them a lot of love, because I would have left the field feeling really good when I was down by 5 goals, 6 goals, and then brought it back. Here comes Toro. Snap. Ooh, that's a good one. And Toro's dialed in here in the fit chucker, and that's huge for Casablanca going into these last 2 chuckers.
Yes, it certainly is. A penalty for a 60-yard shot, and that gives a 3-goal cushion in favor of Casablanca. And this is the best I've seen Casablanca play in this tournament. So a major game for them might be going home as winners today.
I told you desperate teams are a bad combination to play against. You don't want to play against a team that's trying to get their first win, and they're playing for the love of the game, and they're doing it today, Casa. Everybody trying to get control of this bowl in, and it's going to be Dylan finally to get control. Carlos got to give one play here. Dylan knows it. Whoa, Dylan, don't do that. Be careful because that gave Carlos a chance, but Toro read it perfectly. Torito. Ruiz. Loose ball play met by Dylan Bacon. Oh, we got true breakaway here, and we got Dorniak with 12 lengths on everybody. But look at the flyer that Estrada's on. He's going to override right here. Does he get a piece of it? Almost. Nice try by Mickey. Now it's still Dorniak. Loose ball. Gansey gets a hold of it. And look at this. It's going to be Estrada to go the other way. So Mickey Estrada puts the pressure on Dorniak. Now Dylan's going to open it up. And that's a huge pickup there by Gracita. Keeping it moving forward. Still Mickey. Loose ball. Snapped up there by Gracita onto the boards, and it's going to be Michelle Dorniak again. But Gansey playing zone back, going to slow him up just enough to give and go. Dorniak to Dorniak. Milo on the move, out of the air once. Bouncing ball, no problem on the near side. Shot on goal. Next shot, deep, deep, deep on the field. Turned around by, looks like Mickey, and he'll bring it out. Not the shot he really wanted, but they're going forward here. At least clearing it out, and a whistle on the play, and again, some great series of plays there.
A great series of plays and narrow misses as far as shots on goal, and all 8 players involved. Ball back and forth up and down the field, and it looks like this play is going to go in favor of Casablanca. And, boy, the umpire's going right down to the 60, passing the center field, and once again, Dale, consistency, one of the 4 C's of umpiring. And that's what these 2 umpires are doing.
Go over the C's. Go over the C's.
Consistency, number 1. Confidence, control. And then, you know what? We used to have 3, and then the rules committee threw in the 4th one and said courtesy.
Yeah.
Which is tough for some umpires. I've umpired with some that,
Hey, it's not an easy
But
job.
remember, the only friend you have when you're umpiring is the other person in that black and white shirt, or in this case, green and orange.
So let's get them right here. We got a minute on the clock, Steve. Huge move here, so something had to be said.
Yeah, I think something said, and it was a little tough for me to see exactly what happened down there looking into the sun, but a penalty for a 60-yard shot, and this would put Casablanca, should Torito sink this one, put them into double digits.
Yes, sir, and he was flawless on the other side, but he is hitting a bit into the wind. Check out the WPL flags up and down the field, all the colors out there. Here comes Toro. Oh, he is just hitting the ball perfectly.
Wow, undefendable, not much you can do about that. A costly mistake for La Portola.
And the last 2 were like that. Big moves.
Yes.
The one with Grant and Carlos.
Yep.
Grant turned it inside. Great play by Gansey. Carlos tries to swing at it. They go to a 4. Great move. I like the move. And then something was said here. They're not going to, these umpires are very, very, very confident. And they're going to keep the disciplinary right. So there you go. 4 goals down, and that's going to end it. Fit chucker action. Well, we will send them off, and 4-goal difference. So you want to get back for this one because we've already seen this La Portola team score 3 goals in 2 minutes at the end of the 4th chucker. So this team is still in the race here. La Portola needs to have a great 6th chucker. Stay with us. We'll be back for the final chucker of the limited edition 12 goal here on Chucker TV.
Welcome back, everyone, to Chucker TV and the Grand Champions Polo Club. And we are about to view the last period of regulation play in the last game of the limited edition 12-goal series. We've got Casablanca playing against La Portola, and Casablanca is coming out steamrolling over La Portola here with a score of 10-6. And boy, this is just a different team. And now we've got all 8 players, a couple players still warming up their 6-period ponies. They're lining up on Esteban Ferrari and Casablanca. And we've had a heck of a game. La Portola shooting a goal 3 times in the 5th period, unable to score, so no score for La Portola. But here we go. Here comes Milo Dorniak. Milo Dorniak being chased by Miki Estrada. Ball up against the boards over here, and Milo's got to dig it off on the near side. But he goes to the offside. Little back shot out of there. Carlitos Cressida jumps in front. Carlitos bring the ball with a deep neck shot, and we try and saw Torito do that a couple of chuckers ago, but Carlitos gets it done. Milo Dorniak on the move towards goal, and we've got an umpire's whistle, and I was blocked out by the umpire on that play right there, Dale. It was a little tough to see.
Yeah, La Portola's going to believe he's going to win this one here because it looked like Milo was right on it. What a brilliant neck shot by Carlos Casida. You know, Steve, I just kind of got a flashback of when I was younger, and I swear I used to have hair like Milo Dorniak.
Is that right?
I used to have hair like that. I used to fly out of my helmet like that.
Yeah.
You got that long mane coming out there. He's fun to watch. He got inside there. It looked like he just got shaded a bit. Steve, I know they all came together. I felt the same as you as they was kind of blocked out with the cluster of players. We're going to get a timeout here for Dylan Bacon, so we'll get a tech time. 7:01 on the clock. Huge opportunity with only 29 seconds being played in the 6th chucker being down by 4 goals.
La Portola needs to score 4 quick goals just to tie this game up. That's if they can keep Casablanca scoreless, which right now is a tough thing to do because Casablanca's been on the move. So that penalty 2 by Michel Dorniak is going to carry right on through So a 3-goal margin here for Casablanca. They've got to keep the momentum going here to keep that 3-goal lead, and La Portola needs to play catch-up.
Yeah, Michelle Dorniak, I'm going to say once again, highest score in the skills of the game. Go check it out if you haven't. What a game we got to play during the COVID-19 pandemic. That's going to help them out here, down by 3.
Esteban Ferrari throws the ball back into the players. Milo Dorniak can't get a hold of it, but Michelle's going to come in and back him up. Grant Gansey's going to stay with him. Now, can Michelle get by Torito? He doesn't have to. He sends the ball downfield, and Dylan Bacon looks over his shoulder. Dylan Bacon goes for an offside tail shot, and he gets it done. Torito, he can't get a hold of it, and Carlitos Crescita is going to check up and pick up that loose ball, carrying it back, being chased by Miki Estrada, and he's also got to get by Dylan Bacon. He puts the ball towards goal, and it's off of Dylan Bacon's horse's rear end, but Milo Dorniak sends it on through, and that's exactly what the doctor ordered for La Portola.
Hey, are you doing the math, Steve? Are you doing the math?
Not yet, no.
Oh, you kidding me, dude? 5:48 on the clock, 2 goals down. We have a match going here again in the limited edition 12 goal. If they win another bowling and come out firing here, Casa's going to have to keep it rolling. Let's see if they can hold on as Mark Yerdal in the front of the game here. Look at Mark. Going to get in there and make a hook on it. Oh, taken out by Mickey.
Mickey carrying the ball towards goal. He looks over at Michelle and sees he's got room to go. That ball takes a big bounce. Can Mickey keep a hold of it? But no, Torito follows him up, overrides, and that ball pops out to the side, and Milo sends a nice back shot over. That ball's deflected. Michelle can't get to it, but Milo back on it. Milo, time is not on their side. They've got 2 goals to go to catch up, and here comes Torito and Carlitos. Carlitos with the near side shot, sends it over here towards the boards. Carlitos still on it on the near side. Oh, and misses the offside play. Takes a swing at it. Torito reaches way back. He must have a wingspan of about 8 feet. Reaches back, gets that bouncing ball, and sends it. But Mark Yerdal with a nice back shot breaks up that play. Michelle takes it forward. And then a back shot. It's deflected off a pony. Carlitos with his mallet in the air, and here comes Milo. Or is that Michelle? That's Michelle on the move. Michelle, he's got to get by Dylan Bacon. Dylan's been playing a great 2-goal game all game long, maybe 3-goal, rated at 2, and Dylan Bacon can't get a hold of that back shot. That allows Michelle to bring the ball forward. Now he's got to get by Dylan, but Dylan on a nice pony pushes him over, and we've got an umpire's whistle, and we've got some comments there. So I think we had a Dorniak sandwich on that play, maybe, Dale.
Yeah, with a little lettuce and mayonnaise on there also, I believe, Steve, and that just might be a little bit of miscommunication from Gansey and Dylan. They had him trapped there. Don't get me wrong. This is an excellent, exceptional 4-legged athlete. They're all riding amazing horses. Grant's horse down here was just tearing the turf up. But Dorniak just ran the length of the field. Dylan put him in his pocket, and they just missed it a little bit. I know I saw Granty trying to pull out. Dylan's pushing him over. Grant's trying to make a hook. So a good call here on the sandwich.
Yeah, I think Granty was going up for the hook, and Dylan's horse. I mean, you could see that horse leaning into Michelle, and I think Dylan's horse just pushed Michelle's horse into Granty.
Yeah, and that's where a skilled player like Michelle's lets him push him there, because he knows Grant's trying, and Michelle, and look at this. 1 goal difference. You couldn't write the script here.
No, actually, sure cannot. 3:48 left. Esteban Ferrari puts the ball back on the ground. Michelle gets a little piece of it, and here's Carlitos. They need another goal to stay in it, but Michelle comes out with it, being chased by Torito. And Mickey has to get out of the way. Dylan Bacon with a near side back shot, but nobody marking Carlitos Crescita. Carlitos taps it up, lets the ball settle, checks down, allows Milo to come in behind her. That's Michelle, number 4. Michelle working the ball towards goal. He'd like to shoot on goal and tie this game up. And here comes Carlitos back to back him up. Carlitos going to shoot towards goal. And we've got the high flag. And look out, we have a tie ball game. 10 apiece, both teams in double digits. And who would have predicted?
I'm telling you, 10-10 with 3 minutes on the clock. There's still time for 2-3 more goals with these teams. They have won the last 6 bowlings, La Portola, since the 5th chucker. They were unanswered goals, 2 unanswered goals in the 5th. They have been running and gunning and won every bowling and have come back in style.
And, you know, you mentioned the fifth chucker, and La Portola unable to score at all in the fifth. And here, they've scored 4 times in the sixth, and Casablanca unable to score.
Unbelievable.
So what a complete flip around.
4 goals. 4 goals here in the first, well, 3.5 minutes. 4 minutes. 4 minutes pretty much. 4.5 minutes. So this is just, wow, just a great comeback.
Yeah.
La Portola is here to stay.
They are
ready to rock and roll. And Dorniak, Milo's going to stay on his. It looks like Mark's going to stay on his pony. Everybody changing on Casablanca. Carlitos coming out on the gray pony, and Michelle coming out on a fresh 4-legged athlete. So here we go. It's all going to come down to the next. This should be a fun 3 minutes, Steve. I always say that the courtesy changed about this time. Everybody on a fresh pony. All the 4-legged athletes ready to go. Everybody on their favorite horse. This should be fun.
Oh, you betcha. Both teams chomping at the bit to get a goal and take the lead. And here comes Carlitos. He puts it into the umpire's pony, but Michelle retrieves the loose ball. Michelle sends it downfield looking for Milo, and this time we see that play going to the right-hand side of the field. Milo jumping on the line and the right of way. Grant Gansey's going to check down with him. Milo's got to turn the ball. Grant's got to give way. Milo's got to bring it back inside to get away from Dylan Bacon. And Grant sends it down to Michelle, but unable to do so. Carlitos backs him up with a near side shot, and that ball's rolling towards goal. And who would have thunk it? La Portola jumping out with 5 goals this chucker, taking the lead.
Oh, that's butter. Carlitos Cressida emulating his dad. If that's not like Carlos Cressida Sr., that is for real, dude. What a neck shot. Great play by Dorniak. Both Dorniaks. Milo puts it down. Michelle puts another sacrifice right off. Great goal, Bob.
And who, should we remind our viewers that the score was 10-6 coming into this last period?
10-6.
5 quick goals by La Portola, and here's Milo Dorniak trying to make it 6 goals this period. And Dylan Bacon with a nice near side back shot, has some length on it. Mickey Estrada turns. Mark Yerdal's going to stay with him. Mark Yerdal gets a hook on him. Carlitos Cressida with a back shot, but it's intercepted by Grant Gansey. Grant Gansey sends it down the field a little bit, and we've got a little bit of a tech time right here. So we've got a break in the action, and Granty off. He's just going to adjust a little bit of tech right here. And golly, I'm going to tell you what, 5 goals so far in this period for La Portola.
Unbelievable. Great polo. So they're going to give a chance here. It looked like that ball might have hit off Grant's pony there. Trying to make sure 4-legged athlete all right. So he'll walk that one off, and they'll be able to change. 1:31 on the clock. A lot of time left. Opportunities here for everyone to get on a fresh pony. So that's going to be a huge part here. And they'll go and let Grant take his time. And, wow, Steve, amazing to see a team not score any goals in the 5th and then just come out and just dominate the Bolins. And I love the way that they've been not holding the ball in the Bolin. I don't know if Michelle was getting them keyed in on this, but one of the things that's happened here right at the end, you can see they win the Bolin. At the beginning of the game, they were kind of holding in there and milling around. Now they're snapping them. And somebody's always on the run. It's Milo on the run, Carlos on the run, Mark on the run. Somebody's running. And that's worked for them.
Yeah, it is. And it's like this last bowling. You know, Michelle got it on Casablanca's side, and he saw Milo breaking, and Milo broke towards the right-hand side of the field, away from us. Michelle saw him doing that, hits a pass out there, and Milo jumped right on it. So, and able to turn that ball and take it towards goal, and that's exactly what happened. 5 goals this period for La Portola, and who would have thought, boy, if they got the chemistry and the momentum going their way right now.
There we go. Should be a fun 1:31 on the clock as they're all back. Gansey back mounted up, and they line them up on Ferrari.
Ferrari puts the ball in play, and, of course, both teams needing a goal right here. La Portola to get a cushion, and Casablanca in order to tie the game up. But Michelle, he's going to turn the ball back, and he sends it back down the field. And, of course, this is going to chew up some time. And here comes Mark Yerdal. Mark Yerdal out front. What's he going to do? He tries a near-side scoop shot, but Mickey Estrada picks up the loose ball. Mickey still on it. Mickey, can he take this ball to goal for Casablanca? He hits it down the field. Dylan Bacon with a near-side shot over here on the boards. Being ridden by Michelle Dorniak. Dylan Bacon still on the near side, tries the offside play, but Torito's going to come in and back him up. We've got 7 goals against 4 right here. Torito going to goal. Carlitos trying to stay with him. Toro hitting that loose ball, or that bouncing ball, and sends it over the back line with 35 seconds left on the clock, and what a play by Casablanca.
Oh, bad luck, and what a run there, and everybody getting involved once again. They're going to play this out, but I'm sure Dorniak's going to try to control here. There could be a steal here, so they need to play this out. 22 seconds on the clock. This is not over. Michelle is so confident with the polo ball. He's trying to look at Toro. Toro's going to sacrifice himself, and then Michelle's going to say, here comes Toro. Let's hit it out. 10 seconds on the clock. Opportunity still, but they need to turn it in quickly. It's going to be Mickey on the far side. They come together, and time is going to run out, Steve.
That's going to do it, and La Portola being victorious in this game by 1 goal. The 3rd game in a row here in the limited edition that has gone into, well, actually this morning's game was a 2-goal win. But you know what this does, though? It puts a 3-team shootout in, because that gives La Portola a 2-1 record, and that's what Dundas and Dundas 2 have. So we'll have a shootout tomorrow to see which 2 teams go to the finals.
Oh, what a game. So glad for joining us here at Chugger TV. Let's send it over to my man James Fody for our final words of the day.
Wow, what a game. Casablanca looked like they had it. They were in control the whole time. And then in the 6th chucker, La Portola just came right back. Carlitos Gracida with the go-ahead goal there to win the game 11-10. Make sure you tune back into Chucker TV this weekend as the World Polo League 2021 season will be kicking off. It's something you don't want to miss. 26-goal polo, the highest level of polo you can watch in the world outside of Argentina. On behalf of our entire crew, I'm James Fody saying thank you for making us the leader in polo broadcasting. And as we like to say here at Chucker TV, we love the polo.